Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new crypto update. And today we're going to speak about where the market is heading, what you can do, what kind of position, and some hidden gems, as always, that I'm investing into. Right now, we are up here on some forex trades, as you can see, on gold and some other ones, but we're going to focus especially into the crypto market or on the crypto market. Now, first of all, what we need to speak about, obviously, when speaking about the crypto market is the DXY. This is the dollar index because we trade everything in USDT or USD. So the strength or weakness, therefore, in the US dollar matters a lot. And right now, we were going down for quite a while in the DXY, as you can see over here, just constantly in a downtrend, and that's exactly what Trump wants. He wants a lower dollar. And you need to understand, if DXY goes up, crypto goes down, and if DXY goes down, crypto goes up, right? So at the end of the day, right now, we are going up a little bit. Therefore, you can also see crypto is correcting, right? Since we are a little bit more bullish here. We came from this bottom, we started the bullish sequence, nearly finished it. Now we are reacting bullish again, but we're still in a very strong downtrend, and that indicates the EMA 200 basically indicates, which is the black line that goes over here. So we kind of maybe see a little bit of a correction right now, which is then again bearish, or like basically indicating the crypto is going down. But at the same time, we are still in a very, very strong downtrend. So therefore, if crypto wants to go up again, we need to have DXY dropping, basically going down and continuing, which we probably are going to see, right? Now, especially with all of the wars, Iran and Israel, and then obviously Ukraine and Russia, but more so Iran, Israel right now, that is kind of like escalating completely, where it maybe even goes to a third world war, which obviously no one of us wants, but maybe America is getting involved. Trump just today said, hey, this looks like we're going into World War III. India, Pakistan getting involved, China, basically also getting involved. So markets don't like that. They don't like uncertainty, and that's what you're seeing, right? So basically everything is pretty much correcting, especially if we go into crypto right now. You can see the total market cap, which measures the whole volume of the market, is, as we predicted in the last crypto updates, starting to react bearish, and we are going down. So that means people are taking volume out of the market, and that's what the total market crypto shows us, right? We went from, at the highest point, 3.49 trillion to currently sitting at 3.17 trillion, right? So it's a lot of money that flushed out of the market. In percent from the top to now, that's about 10% less volume in the market, right? Bitcoin dominance is rising slowly, so most of the money is in Bitcoin. Ethereum dominance is still losing and going sideways, not doing anything. I did on my value channel one video about Ethereum, where I said I'm selling all of my Ethereum, and that's one of the main reasons I put my Ethereums into gold. And that's also why we started in the beginning to speak about gold, because as you can see, I'm currently up in this position since I entered at about, it's not that crazy. It's currently 2.4%. At the top, it was at 5%, which is a good gain on the amount of money that I have in, right? So it was a good switch so far, while Ethereum basically is just dropping. But we'll speak about that in a second, right? Speak about USDT dominance. Today, we increased 1.27%, obviously making complete sense with everything else we are saying. We are putting more money into USDT. Why? Because the market is flushing out crypto money and goes back into USDT, into stable coins. So that's exactly what we want. Now, finally speaking about BTC USDT, as we can see right now, guys, we are in this very bearish sequence over here. But it's still a very strong sideways trend. So basically the whole thing we are seeing here is an insane sideways trend, and we need to be a little bit careful. Now, what we are currently looking at is this area over here, which is a bearish confirmed sequence here, shown in currently green, right? This green sequence started over here with the high, finished the sequence, came back up, right? And now we are seeing how this sequence is reacting again, and we are reacting again out of it, currently down, right? So this is basically a valid re-entry that we could have taken. I unfortunately missed it, but that's completely okay. There would be a re-entry over here that could have nearly hit stop loss. I unfortunately a week ago hit stop loss over here, right? We had this fake out over here. As you can see, here was my stop loss, this red thing. Let me maybe clean it up for you, and you can see it a little bit better. So unfortunately, we hit a stop loss over here, which is this here, right? Marking it out here, you can see this one was a stop loss, and then we perfectly reacted down. Unfortunately, got stopped out, didn't re-enter because it destroyed the market structure, so I was not so sure about it anymore. But now, obviously, this would have been a very, very clean re-entry, which I unfortunately again missed. If it comes back down to there, that's perfectly fine, and we're going to take this very trade, right? Now, going into the future, where we're heading, I'm still very much assured about the 93,461. So basically this whole correction, which it's finally starting, right? And it looks very, very well, because at the end of the day, now we need to identify the new sequence over here, which is basically this one over here, and it perfectly goes into the direction that we want to go into, which is this direction over here. So that looks very, very clean for us. And yeah, we are going to be bearish. We're going to focus on bearish. And if we look into the orders, the order book, you're going to see the open position, sell and buy, and they're going to also confirm what we just have been speaking about. And that's that crypto, especially Bitcoin, looks very, very bearish and is going to 93,000. Okay, so let's put this a little bit to the side and finish this sequence over here. So this is the whole move that we are looking into. Right, finishing over here. Let's change the color into green too, and that's the sequence we are in right now. So I'm gonna just keep this here as a reminder for next time, obviously. Now going into Ethereum, which again I made a very bold statement selling all of my Ethereums, but so far it was a pretty good move. I'm also trading a sell in Ethereum because we are in a bearish sequence, which it's trading off. Now we're going sideways since many, many weeks, which is just missing volume. Nothing is happening. No one is selling. No one is buying. It's a fair price, right? Fair price is when price goes sideways. So when price stops to move, then this basically means fair price. So if we, for example, talk about fair price, let's say if market is flat like this, that means at 12,769, buyers and sellers are equal. No one sees the market's lower, no one is selling, no one is buying. So that's why the market does this basically, right? Going sideways. That's what it's doing right now. If price increases, that means there's more demand than supply, right? People see more demand in it, and obviously therefore price is going higher. And then the opposite is that we have a demand but no supply, so therefore price goes lower. Okay, so that's the bulls, the bears, the price action at the end of the day, liquidity coming in and out, and all of these kind of principles. But to make it very easy, Ethereum continues to be very bearish, and that's what we are focusing on, and that's why we are in a trade. Okay, now we need to just adjust this level a little bit, and so far it's really heading to $129, right? That's where we most likely are going to correct to, which again I understand is very crazy me saying that. You don't need to believe me, it's okay, but I trust my system, and that's what it is right now. If we don't have major bullish outcome in the next couple of weeks and there's no reaction, then that's most likely where we are going, ladies and gentlemen. And I know that no one wants to hear it, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and it can definitely happen, right? Now going into Solana, reacted first bullish strongly. We had a very good trade sell over here that we called on these crypto updates here. So 2 crypto updates. Before this one, we traded Solana and made very good profit, 21%. Now we are back in a bullish sequence and target, right? Because the bearish sequence here perfectly indicated us into direction of the re-entry buy. And if you go back into BTC USDT, it's the exact same scenario, just Solana did it a little bit earlier. So it's the same thing as you can see here. We have our bearish sequence that leads into the 93,000, a little bit above it, but it leads into a buy zone, which is this black quadrant over here. So now we want to see this bearish sequence finish and then react here bullish again, and then it's perfectly fine. That's exactly what we want, and it needs to happen so we have more stability, right? Because if a price drops, automatically people want to demand it more. They see a value imbalance. They see that the current price of Bitcoin is not where it should be valued, so therefore it increases, right? And if we go back into Solana, keep in mind the chart of BTC, it's exactly the same thing. We are basically, where are we right now? We are basically here. Here is where we are reacted a second time out of the bearish key level, and we are in Bitcoin right now. All of this is yet to come, right? Now, going into Solana, is there a reason to buy right now? Not really, as long as these wars continue and they are just getting worse right now. It seems like America is going to get involved, right? So then Iran will attack the military bases in the GCCs, in the Arab countries, and then it's going to escalate. Hopefully not, but that's just how it looks right now. So I don't see any reason to buy right now any cryptos. They are very, very bearish. Same goes for BNB. Stability is very strong. If you are investing in buying cryptos, I still think BNB is very, very smart. XRP, we have an open buy trade. As you can see, it's just going sideways, not enough volume. It's now in drawdown again. And then another position that we have is Fartcoin. So Fartcoin over here, which is also heavily reacting right now. Obviously, we are in minus. We were in profit, 41%. It's just what it is. We try, but again, the bearish pressure is insanely strong, and therefore you can also see these bearish reactions over here, right? So it is what it is, guys. So crypto continues to be very, very bearish. There's one gem I spoke about last time. We are a little bit in drawdown, but we are reacting in the second reaction area for small caps and meme coins. So tick is doing very well. Perfect entry right here if you want to take it. So that's definitely a call. Now, surprisingly, Coinbase did a big move. Coinbase is one of the stocks that I invest in the most. So my biggest position in stocks is in Coinbase. And it reacted very well because of a couple of news. And we did about 31%, right? So that's amazing on a stock. So we still traded very well the last couple of weeks, even though Forex is slow, crypto is very slow. There's some good moves that we did. For example, another one I can tell you about, which is going very well, is Palladium, right? Palladium, we are in profit, or we profited, and I called it in 15 min crypto, where we give you crypto updates, Forex updates, commodity updates, and trade ideas. So all of my trade ideas are in there. And since I'm not only one that talks about the market, but actually trades, and also besides that runs a asset management company with a lot of millions that we are managing, you can definitely trust this information, because again, that's what I use the same to be profitable and to trade. So we are up 37%. If you go by today, it's 228, but we are trading it with a 2x leverage. So that's about 60%, 70%, currently sitting at 40, 30, so 60%. That's amazing, right? So we're still making good money. Another position that I started, I know it's not crypto, is silver, right? Keep silver in mind because it's heavily used, and it's also very, I mean, it's very heavily used in the industry, like in industrial complexes in that sense, right? And especially now with the new rule in America, where electrical vehicles are not really exempted anymore. They don't have any privileges anymore. Many people will go back to normal cars. They need silver to build normal cars. At the same time, silver is a rare metal, which is, or precious metal is what you call it, right? So it's used in the industry and it's a precious metal, so it makes a lot of sense. US oil, I started to buy more, which we're also pretty good in profit. You can see here a perfect finish of the sequence. So as you guys can see right now, we're not speaking about crypto anymore, because crypto right now is very slow, it's bearish, the only thing we can really sell, right? And we're gonna reconfirm that in a second, but I'm just giving you some advice on what I'm doing, where I'm making money on, and I'm profiting from, and you can maybe copy that, right? Then obviously, the only two crypto ones, meme coins, is Candle that I'm looking into buying, and I bought. I have a position over here with about $8,000, I think. And with Tick, same thing. I have a couple of K in there, right? And we are buying these ones, right? Now, when it comes to crypto, again, Bitcoin especially, right? Maybe a little bit mixed here, but I forgot that when I opened Bitcoin. Here you can see the sell limit in red, and the more it goes to the left, the more sell limit orders we have, and then you see the buy limit orders. Now, the buy limit orders start again at 97,000 heavily, right? So at 97,000 we have very big ones. It doesn't mean it's gonna trigger there. There's fake orders, right? There's ice block orders. There's many ways of faking this and just like pretending to, but so far what we can definitely confirm is that in this area over here we have strong sells. All these red lines are sell orders. Some of them got triggered, some of them are still sitting, that's why you see them here. So there's a lot of sell pressure. There's also sell pressure over here. We have some buy pressure coming in now at 103, but the main buy pressure is coming at 97,000. So it's, again guys, there's a perfect possibility of this leg down, which if we go to 93,000, right, would be this one. So let's just keep this leg here. We predicted this leg, and that's where we are going right now. We also predicted the up, that's where we're going right now. So all perfectly fine. If we go into the smart money wallets that we track, these are some of the most profitable traders on the HyperDash platform, which is a decentralized platform. Here's a trader with 85 positions, and we always track the same one, so we have consistency. Let's check what he's doing. He is currently with 37 million US dollars in, that's his equity. He has 17 million in profit, and he's selling everything. So he has not one buy position. He's shorting the market completely, and he's obviously with everything in profit besides Aave and with Hype. Everything else he's insane in profit, right? This is obviously very heavy in minus, but his Bitcoin position is 1.185 million, then 2 million Ethereum, and obviously he has very good entries. He's selling since a very long time, 2,800, 107,000. So if you go into Bitcoin, when were we at 107,000, so 107,000, somewhere over here, right? So he perfectly sold where we should have sold, but unfortunately I missed it. Would have been nice if we could have called it here on this crypto update, but we didn't. So that's where he started to sell 107, probably even earlier if we check it. 107 somewhere over here. Yeah, so he sold somewhere over here, and since then he's keeping this position, and that's actually exactly what we should have done. It's a sell point, but since it was not an active sequence, I did not do. I needed another confirmation, but then here the second one would have been a confirmation for a bearish move, which would be the correction level of the BC, which is not a finished BC but still valid, and that's what we should have traded, right? So yeah, again, crypto continues bearish. Bitcoin going to 93,000. There's some extra investments and trades we can do. I'm still very bullish on Candle and on Tick. These two, one of them is a meme coin, the other one is a utility coin. These are the only ones I'm buying positions in or I bought into. Everything else in crypto, I'm more looking for sells, not really for buys. Same thing goes for Link. There's no stability. It's crushing everywhere. It's not enough power, as you can see. This is very bearish moves. You see a high, and then there's a lot of missing liquidity. Right? You see these moves over here. So that's where crypto is similar. And then we have silver and gold. Obviously, silver and gold we can look into. We have platinum that we are trading, and Coinbase, obviously, which Coinbase represents crypto at the end of the day. So there was just like some special news this week why Coinbase pumped. I don't remind myself anymore, unfortunately, why it pumped. Doesn't really matter, but there were some news, company sidewise and legal stuff. And yeah, that's basically it, guys, about the markets. Make sure that if you want to follow all of my trades, be profitable and stay profitable, to click the link below in the description, which is going to lead you to 15 min crypto. With that being said, follow this channel because 80% of you guys are not following, so therefore you are not getting updates, and it makes no sense to watch these videos if you don't continuously watch them at least once a week. It's 20 minutes and you know everything that you need to know about the markets. So with that being said, see you in the next one. Stay safe, be profitable, and stay profitable with 15 min crypto.